If the reason you never considered network marketing is, I'm not a salesman, I want you to know something. Neither am I. I have never once cold called a stranger or pitched a friend at a barbecue. And I've built a real business this way. Today, I want to show you exactly how. Let's be honest about why network marketing has such a bad reputation. The old model taught people to make a list of every person they know. And it's still true to a point. Then pitch them. That's not the true part. Family, friends, old co-workers, new co-workers, people from high school. Chase them. Follow up relentlessly. Convince them even when they say no. And that's not the right way to do it. That model burns relationships. It makes good people feel like a walking sales pitch. And it makes the people on the other end feel hunted instead of helped. And I want nothing to do with that version. And I don't teach it. So stop chasing people who aren't looking. Start being found by people who are. So this is where I bring attraction marketing in. It flips the entire model. Instead of chasing people, you create content and conversations that bring the right people to you. Here's what that actually looks like in practice. You share what you're learning. You talk honestly about your journey, the wins and the struggles. You teach something valuable for free. And the people who are genuinely interested find you, ask you questions, and engage on their own terms. Nobody gets chased. Nobody gets a pitch they didn't ask for. The people who show up are already curious, which means the conversation starts from a completely different place. This entire channel is an example of attraction marketing. I'm not pitching you anything in this video. I'm teaching you something true. If it resonates, you'll find your own way to the next step. And here's the other thing, is when you are having real conversations with people, and you just drop a nugget, or if they start mentioning about health, if you're in the health and wellness, you just drop a little nugget. Oh, you know what? I heard somebody was using this and I helped them with this, and just leave it at that. You just drop a little thing and then they're going like, well, can you tell me more about that? Then there's your step into that. You don't go out and just say, hey, I got a product for you. You need to use this, when you don't even know their situation. So here's why this model works especially well for the person who has never thought of themselves as a salesperson. You don't need charisma. You don't need a script. You don't need to convince anyone of anything. You just need honesty. You need consistency. And you need a willingness to share what you're actually doing and learning in your own words, at your own pace. If you can have a real conversation with a friend about something you care about, you already have the only skill that this requires. The discomfort most people feel isn't about lacking sales ability, because we all have to sell ourselves to get a job. It's about not wanting to be that pushy person from that old model. And you don't have to be. You do not need to be a salesman. You need to be honest, consistent, and findable. So what does this actually look like week to week? You post a content. a video, a thought, a piece of your story that reflects what you're building and why. You answer questions honestly when people reach out to you. You have real conversations with people who are already curious, instead of convincing conversations with people who aren't. Some week that produces a lot of engagement. Some weeks it doesn't. That's where consistent action, the fourth pillar of the R.A.N.C.H method, comes in. You keep showing up honestly and consistently, and over time, the right people find you. And this is how you have to have the conversations in your daily life when you're out to dinner or catching up with somebody. Just have an open, honest conversation. Don't pitch them right out of the gate. Don't try to do any of that stuff. You just need to have, hey, this is what I'm working on. If they ask you. If they don't ask them more questions. You're just going to get more information. This is slower than chasing a list of 50 names in a weekend. It is also far more sustainable because you're not going to be burning relationships or your own integrity to do it. If the salesman objection has been the thing holding you back, I hope today put that to rest. This is not about becoming someone you're not. It's about building in a way that fits who you already are. Honest, consistent, and willing to share the truth about your journey. The free training in the description walks through how Sherry and I built our team using exactly this approach. No cold calls, no pressure, no pitch lists. The link is below. We don't manipulate. We mentor. Faith, freedom, financial independence. Now go build the rest.